Hey there, everyone. So today we're gonna do a workflow that basically showcases something that is a service that's called PromptPerfect. And the idea behind it is that you might want to generate articles or long text content on your website, or you might want to generate images on your website. And to do this very well, you either need to have some prompting skills. So go to one of the prompting databases that exists and try to learn that basically and get so well educated that you can do this yourself. Or there is this service then called PromptPerfect where it basically takes a small prompt and based on machine learning it figures out what is the things that we need to add to this prompt to make it more expressive. In today's workflow, I'm gonna show it on generating images. As always, this is Drupal, open source, completely free content management framework. There is the AI interpolator modules on top of this. There's gonna be a video in the description sooner or later where you can see how to set up this from scratch, but there's a lot of documentation on that on the internet anyway. Also, as always, this is open source, completely free, so after you looked at this tutorial, you can download it, set it up yourself, and have it running yourself. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start by logging in as the administrator so I can create content types. As always, you don't have to use content types, you can use custom entities, blocks, whatever, but it's always easier to show custom content types. So I'm gonna make a recipe database in this case. I'm only though gonna create the image in this case based on the title. So we're just gonna remove this body because we don't need it. So I'm not gonna create a whole recipe website, right? I'm just gonna create so it auto-generates the header image is the idea, but I don't have to actually give an image prompt. Is then what I want to do. So what I'm gonna do is take a text plain long, or I can do formatted as well, but it's just gonna create a prompt in this case. We call it expressive prompt. So that's the expressive prompt that we're gonna get back from PromptPerfect. We just need one. We enable the AI interpolator as always, and then there is this rule called PromptPerfect prompt. So we're gonna base this in base mode on the title, and the target model that we want is Stable Diffusion because we're gonna use Dream Studio then to generate an image. So we need a prompt that's optimized for Stable Diffusion. In iterations, you can basically show set how many iterations it should go through to create the perfect prompt. We set 2 here. The higher, the better. The higher, the more it costs, and the longer it takes then. Since we're gonna do chaining, I'm gonna have some wait, and I'm gonna use batch mode so we can see progress. And I save this. Then I'm gonna create an image field that is called the header image then. And that's where the actual image will be generated. We just need one, right? And yeah, there's a lot of Drupal fields where you want to store it, and stuff like that, but we're just gonna create it right now, right? So we're gonna use the Dream Studio image generator. And we're just gonna generate one image, and we're gonna base it on the expressive prompt. And in this case, we don't really need to add anything. So that's why prompting exists here. If you want to add specific keywords that's useful within Stable Diffusion in this case, you can do that, but I'm not gonna do that in this case. We have to set a weight that's higher than the previous prompt because we need to have the prompt before we can generate the image, of course, otherwise it's just gonna be empty. Set it to batch so we see progress, and then we choose which Stable Diffusion we want to do. Let's do 2.0. We save this, and that's it. So of course I would need to add a lot more fields here normally, but in this case we only want to showcase this, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and create a bolognese. I don't know how to spell it almost. Spaghetti bolognese. So the expressive prompt and the header image is gonna be filled in by itself. If I set up a recipe site in Drupal, of course I should not show the expressive prompt then in the output, which will happen now. But that's, you know, normal Drupal stuff. If you want to learn that, go to drupalize.me. That's a very, very good website to learn about Drupal in general. So we see we have an image here that looks pretty appetizing. And here's the expressive prompt then. So we put in spaghetti bolognese, and this is the prompt that it generates for us to create this image. And that's it basically. The next step now is going to be to upscale this, but this is going to come in another video. So this is the next video. Yeah, thank you.